Unknownknoww. The most lit podcast and dab.
We out here, we know savages. We know who the savages are.
Yeah. Make sure this shit decent. Yo.
We out here.
Yeah. Shit can't be too loud, so. Sorry, I'm saying.
Yo.
That's what's up, boy. Let's get come down.
My nigga, them niggas having some shit home right now. Why am I using the N-word like that? Oh my god, my career is over. My career is over. I'm sorry, I don't use it. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So they're having this function at home. I was like, my G, this ain't happening today.
What? Like, what I was?
Yeah, they having, like my close cousin is good. You know what I mean? He getting married in like a month. And they're having this little get-together kind of thing at home. But I'm not too really keen on that, like.
Yeah.
I'm not too keen on that get-together thing and just talk with everyone and laugh and smile. And plus it's his girlfriend's family and all that kind of shit. And I just not into that kind of thing. I didn't come on the earth to interact.
Yeah.
And, do all that now, boy. I came here to do something else. I didn't come to interact and talk with you and tell you what I'm doing and all that kind of crap. That's why no one really, knows what I'm doing ever, because I don't really care. What's lonesome? You see, people misinterpret being lonely and words like Lorn and all these different things because you see, a baby isn't born with a crowd. You know what I mean?
That's true.
A baby is born
by himself
in the womb in silence.
Yeah.
You understand? And that is mastercraft being happening there. So this kind of thing where we think that we need all of these crowds and these different avenues and these different variations of social life too, because sometimes we tell ourselves we're lonely, yet still we broadcast how we're lonely, how we need people, how this, how is that, and different avenues of our feelings and different variations of the same thing. Which is like J.Cole, they posted a video online with J.Cole speaking about this thing. I'm hearing.
Yeah, good.
So J.Cole, there was a video with J.Cole speaking about how you just wanted more money and more this and more that, and that's the
like
lifestyle now.
Basically, yeah.
Now, Mr. J.Cole didn't know that he's basically speaking of a variation of the same thing.
Exactly.
All he was speaking about was capitalism. You understand?
Been
happening. That's the only system we have ever had.
Yeah, everybody fake woke, dog. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Puts us under a guise of wokedom.
Yeah.
When we speak, we need to understand that we cannot just speak on a surface level, because one thing can let out many variations.
True, that's true.
One thing.
That is
so
true.
white supremacy can let out many variations.
Yeah.
And we can speak on the many variations, but we will never touch on the actual white supremacy.
That's true.
You understand? So that's a psychology that we need to break out.
That's one aspect to look at it, but if you think of it, right, like a lot of people, quote unquote, young people these days, the ones in favor of mumble rap and the like, if you think about them, those people, for instance, who actually look up to these artists, the mumble rap artists and the J.Coles and the so on, a lot of them might have just been ignorant to the reality which is around them on a daily basis. Yeah. But because J.Cole or Al Yachty or a Soulja Boy or Chris Brown talk about it, all of us and this nigga talk about it, so we out here, we lit.
That is
exactly.
So whatever perspective they share, that's the perspective that the masses who listen to them will inherit and hold.
And they will run with it.
Exactly,
yes.
They will run with that.
And nobody will search deeper for the true.
Exactly. And that is the education system in the Western world as well. It does not provide the avenue for you to search beyond. It gives you standard,
and you must abide by that, so.
And you keep that. You don't go further.
If you vary it, you're wrong.
Imagine we have persons having masters and bachelors and will not even understand that words have root meanings in terms of scholarship.
Yeah.
Scholarship does not allow connotation too much times, because you cannot write a book based on connotation.
Yeah.
Your work will be flawed. You need to have root meanings, etymological root meanings of words to best have better work now, to have the best work out. Because it is not something It is not something good to practice, to be a person of intelligence and intellect and be flawed to a perspective.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm telling you that your words are wrong based on it just being connotation.
Yeah.
You now have to go back and look at that, but pride is a serious thing. Pride makes men feel as though that what they say and what they have in their head is everything. You know what I mean? That is why people follow these religious groups and all these curse all the friends out. You know what I mean? Tell them what they're doing is shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when something higher comes along, they can't switch over to it because they already, you know, their pride already made them curse all the friends out, talk a whole bunch of shit saying how this is correct, this what I do in here is the best thing out. But when the higher stuff come, you just can't let go of that and just say, well, boy, I was fucking wrong. You know what I mean? Let me move on to this shit because this is shit here that gonna help me.
True.
You know what I mean? So it's a whole thing with psychology, because this physical plane is simply psychology. You understand what I'm saying? Morality and duality that controls the physical plane that we have been given in the forms of dogma, that we have been given in the forms of religious books, etc. That is what controls the physical plane, morality and duality. And I was speaking to a young man the other day, and I was letting him know, right now we're at a stage where the easiest thing in the world is so hard for us to grasp, which is morality, right from wrong, good from bad. At the age of 6 or 5 years old, we know right from wrong. You understand? So now we are at a point where we are like this, and this is who we are, and the world has to change around us. And that is horrible. But like I say, we need a mass of dead. You know what I mean? There's a mass. Things do not happen the way they happen by guess. If there were conscious people and the entire population was conscious, there would be an immediate effect to go and eradicate those conscious people, because they don't fit in with what we're doing here, which is oppressing people.
That's true.
You understand? So we need to have a few dead motherfuckers on the front line talking and singing about Jesus, talking the little Bible, doing that shit out there, talking some shit, you know what I mean, looking stupid out there, quarreling, fighting on the trains, fighting in the streets. We need those dead people, even though when you tell them this is what you need to be doing, brother, this could help you, they don't want it. So then they need to be doing that, because that is how it works. That is how metaphysics works. They put things in a particular aspect in the world where things could be done. You know, we look at slavery and we look at where we went wrong and all these different things. But when you look at that, certain things had to happen in order for us. When we look at history, things have been falling apart since the 3rd dynasty. You understand? In Egypt, things have been falling apart. People had different views on how we should view one religion, not religion at that time, but one view of God. The Great Mother, people had different variations of that. You understand? So it's been falling apart since then. And in the 18th dynasty, what they would not tell you is that in the last set of dynasties in Egypt, what they would not tell you, the reasons you have all those things on the walls and all those things they got out of the temples, all of those things that are now buried by the dam. I forgot the name of the dam in Egypt. Hundreds of temples that were buried, that they got all of the scripture from. These things were put here because these people foresee what was coming in the future. So they put this here that later on in the future that you could see this and understand what it was. You understand? They gave it a lot of civilizations too, who depicted it in mythology. Now there's a misconception about mythology. Mythology is not just stories. Mythology is one of the most oldest and ancient, actually one of the most respected forms of documentation, actually. You understand what I'm saying? Because it is buried in something higher than the actual story and what is now modern day science. Mythology is buried in occultism and alchemy. It is some of the highest form of documentation, though it may look like a story.
This is enlightening to me at the same time we're talking here.
Though it may look like a story on a wall or a story out of a book, the actual events that it is depicting is something totally different. So that is why it was given to all these different Mesopotamia. Greece had one. I believe Greece spoke about Hercules, etc. They spoke about Hero in Egypt. They spoke about... You understand where I'm coming from? They were all given the same thing and depicted it in different mythologies. You understand? But we are speaking about the same thing. Hence the reason today we can figure out what we're supposed to be doing initially on the earth rather than going to work and shaking we ass in the club You know what I mean?
Sure.
Whipping your penis out in these small jockey shorts, dancing for women, and doing all of these different variations of different things. We are not really supposed to be focused too much on those things. Those things tie us more and more to the physical realm. The more and more events we get ourselves occupied into, and the more we create them in our minds to venture off and go and do them. Because in our minds we create these things, and then we venture off to go and do them. You understand?
Yeah.
So we are creating the reality. In my head, I'm telling myself, okay, after here, I'm gonna go to the grocery and buy a Monster, and I'm gonna get a phone card. You know what I'm saying? The grocery gets shut up, I got shot in my leg, that's my fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Monster not good for you, you didn't need the phone card. You have money on your phone.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we need to be careful of the reality that we
create for ourselves.
Exactly, that we bring into existence. Because it will tie us more and more to the physical and take us away from where we're initially supposed to be. Because I know people feel it. No melanated person on this earth could tell me they feel inferior in any way. Your eyesight is different. Your hearing is different.
Yeah.
You are alchemically made to be a god. You are greater than the God that created you. The light from the God that created you, a little piece of that light was stolen. This is the mythology you're getting here. A little piece of that light was stolen. And when we were banished to this realm here, the earth realm, when they created human beings and they banished us, we were not an upright being, but we were savages. They made us savages in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not savage in like how the other boy came. You know what I mean? The other boy, he was on something else. You know what I mean? But we were savages in the sense that we did not have our full capacity. And one of the gods who stole the light from the Great Mother was tricked into giving us it to make us upright. You understand? So we possess that equal light from the Great Mother of existence in us. So we are greater than all gods of the universe, hence the reason that nothing can happen outer-worldly without us being raised up from this realm. And there is no such thing as space and time. So that billion years you're talking about is like a walk from here to the bathroom for the other realm.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They can't do anything unless we are raised up off this realm. We are gods. We are the ones in charge. We have some motherfuckers up there who taking bribes and taking offerings and to keep this thing going, because this world was supposed to be over and we were supposed to have into the other realm. Transferred to the other realm. You understand what I'm saying? Our energy is transferred. This physical earth is over, the white boy is over. You're not going to see them anywhere else. This is it for them. You feel me? So with that being said, it all leads back. This is it shows you a guideline from where the dogma is to what is actually happening on the earth. So for all the people listening, you go back and you listen to where we started from dogma and religion and people getting the morality and the heads busting and go and get a gun and shoot somebody else and do all this back and forth from where we actually supposed to be. So you can see how lost we are. And it is not quantity. We need quality. A quality of gods and a quantity of dead is no problem, because the quality of gods are representative of the dead. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
My question now, we've been talking about this a few days ago. With respect to the information and the access to the information, it's obvious that it's very blatant, and he's also saying is that the only way that they hide it is making it as blatant as it is, right? The reality is that a majority of us, the born gods, right?
Original gods, you know what I mean?
Right?
I'm what they call an East Indian. I am a derivative. If we trace back just a couple hundred years ago, you will probably find a white ancestor of mine from England.
True.
You understand? These are some original, even though a lot of the original people you see in here, because if you look at Bob Marley, his dad was white. And when you look at Bob Marley, you would swear both of his parents were black.
Exactly.
You understand? So we do not know the genealogy and exactly of the people we have here, even the gods. You understand? Even the original people that we have here. We do not know if they have been crossbred at some point. But the fact still remains that melanin was triumphant. You understand?
Yeah.
And an open pineal gland was triumphant. You understand? So continue.
All right,
Access
so
to the information.
the information is blatantly accessible to everybody, but everybody is caught up in this modern life. So I know you already indicated to me that you started writing a book and whatnot, but your advice for people out there who genuinely would like to know, other than you having to finish your book and make it accessible and be like, how and where would somebody who is genuinely interested in learning about this, like where would they go, when do they start, etc.?
Okay, well, first to begin with, something like this isn't the casual knowledge. It's something, in order to grasp this, you need to let go of all concepts of morality. The way how you speak and talk and interact now, it may seem savage and it may seem wrong, but in your civilization and in your society, in your prehistoric, but in your ancient civilizations and society, even just a couple 100 years ago, the way how you speak and socialize and interact with each other was not a problem because you always knew what was right and wrong. That was never even a thing for you.
Sure.
That was not a thing. That was not something that you had to even think about. The civilization was laid out in a way where morality wasn't even a thing. We had to think. We had everything. They had everything. They had, they had things going for them. People were brilliant minds. They could create their own things. You understand? So we did not have to socialize under that kind of thing.
Okay.
You understand? So you need to break out of the clinical morality that they imposed on you. That kind of, I need to be good. I need to be thing. Shit. Scared if I don't do it this way. Scared if I don't pray this morning. Praying is begging. Praying is begging. You don't need to be begging our next nigga for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? To hell with whoever up in the sky under that kind of false realm. When you were banished to this realm, I'm going to give you some science. When you were banished to this realm, all that was celestial in the universe is incorporated in you and in your soul. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that which is in the universe is just it could be both ways. It could be vice versa. You are the microcosm of the macrocosm.
Okay.
That is the major, what you're seeing on a scale. You're seeing that on a large scale out there, but it all exists within you.
Okay.
That is why consciousness is such a serious thing. You understand? So
not fake consciousness.
So yeah, not fake WOKEDOM either.
Yeah.
So with respect to that, you need to let go of all, because it is going to go on a level where things that you may deem evil is your natural practice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The symbology, the words, the things that you're doing is your natural practice. You are a fucking chaos being, man. When you read the shit about you niggas, ain't shit pretty about that shit at all. Now you know why the fucking Romans wanted to paint that shit and make it look like some kind of story shit, because that shit was scary to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you need to let go of that. Also, when you want to know about this, you have to be willing to listen to the scholars. You have to be willing to listen to the scholars that have the information and perpetuate the information now. You know, it may seem as though that you can't understand, because at first some of them, in my opinion, when I was listening, at first some of them, they were kind of annoying.
Yeah.
The way how they would sound, you know what I mean? Because I'm not used to southern slang.
Yeah.
I'm not used to black men speaking up in their nose like if they're white. You understand? But this, I had to get past that and just take the information. And what is important while these people are speaking is that you have your book, because they lecture on YouTube for hours. You understand?
Yeah.
They lecture for hours. You can inbox me for the names, etc. But they lecture for hours, so it's best that you have your notepad or your book down to write down some of the information, and also the books, because they give you a plethora of books. These are the scholars that we not follow mindlessly, but we read the scholarship for ourselves and derive the answers that we need. We reference and cross-reference for ourselves. Sometimes You may not notice yet until you venture, but when you go into the information, you would find that some things that you read, it just hits you naturally. It just soaks into your body, your whole body just feels that it is correct. That's how sometimes you know that what you're doing is correct.
Sure.
You understand? You feel it in a different way. You see? You feel it in a different way. So we need to open our minds to the scholarship. It may seem hard, but little do you know that some of the people who read our astrology and all of these different things and the psychics who are valuable people in life right now, these people started off just like you, trying to read and figure and trying to figure it out, and it just clicks to you because this knowledge is original. In where I am an East Indian, they would call me now on the physical earth realm, they would call me an East Indian. We grew up under Hinduism. Hinduism is simply just a branched off mystic system of that ancient Sanskrit, ancient Kemetic knowledge. You know what I mean? The murtis and the statues all depict an ancient mystic system. Go read the Upanishads. You understand about dreams? Go read the Babylonian Genesis, the Enuma Elish. You understand? These things are things that will open up your mind to the creation text and the story, which is not story but mythology. And mythology is what? One of the original and most ancient forms of documentation. One of the truest forms of documentation. You understand?
Yeah.
Scholarship is something very serious and we cannot look down at. Hence the reason that we may admire sometimes the lecturers and the scholars who bring us this knowledge, because they have broken the barrier in terms of finding it for us to see. Because now you may wonder, why is it that all of these people know our history and know everything about our existence, but they would never write about it? Malarkey, you understand? That is absurd. They write about it and they have big competition. You get tired of these people who doing these books and things. They compete with each other and denounce each other and shit, and read each other books and just rewrite the books and things, you know. You all feel literature easy. Literature not easy. Niggas will read your book and just rewrite your book in a different way based on their perspective. That's facts. They don't even do no fact check. They use your same bibliography and just rewrite the book based on how they feel. You understand? So if you want to possess this knowledge, and I am not saying I'm a master, I am not saying I am anything. Any little knowledge that I have, I share it with people, even what you will call conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory and theorism to me is simply an investigative tool. Because even the detective who is looking, if a detective is looking at a crime scene, he is trying to figure out what is happening. You understand? Okay. A detective looking at a crime scene is trying to figure out what is happening. He does not know exactly what happened. So in his mind, he has already developed 15 or 20 scenarios of what happened. So he just made that real. You understand? So with regards to what it is you want to know and how you should go about knowing it, you have to just break free from all the things that hold you to this thing that where you're scared that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Reading does not mean you see me here with any bands, any beads on, any bands. You see me here with any tattoos, any IRA and all these different things on me. You see me with any paraphernalia. It is scholarship. That is all it is. It has always been that. You understand? If you look back in the history, you don't see anybody with any beads and any, you know what I mean, no paraphernalia to show that they were woke. This is just scholarship, man. You read and you understand. If you know how to read, you should not be following a next nigga. You understand?
High key.
You should, if you can read, you should not be following no one.
Sure.
To hell with that shit. Fuck all these niggas, every last one of them. You do not need that. We are at a stage now, we can clearly see it. We are at a stage of distress and anarchy in the entire world physically, because we are out of control of the physical realm. We need to take back control of the physical realm, also our spiritual realm. And spiritual is not praying. Praying is begging. How can you pray to something that you know nothing about? Other than from a moralistic value. God is good. God is great. He's a merciful God. as I saw you like this morning. And I don't mean to offend or disrespect anyone, but this is what it is. This is what it is, and this is what the study has proven. All religions are fake.
I agree.
All religions across the board are fake. We are too grown and educated for this nonsense to be going on. We are in the 21st century. 100 years has elapsed fighting white supremacy and supremacy on the whole across the globe, because there is also Arab supremacy. Hence the reason you would see these persons running from Syria and all these Arabic countries won't go to Dubai and go to Saudi Arabia and go to other Islamic countries and states. They would run up in the West where they know that shit flying under the radar. Niggas don't care. I could take my turban off and pawn a snapback tomorrow. You know what I mean? So this is the reality we are faced with. We need to break out of all the concepts of moralism and all this kind of nonsense. Not saying that we need to forget, because we just know. We know what is wrong from right, my nigga. We ain't raping nobody. You know what I mean? We ain't doing shit. We just doing that because that is what. Alright, let me finish this point and I'll move on to something else. So this is what you need. You need to break out all of the moralisms. You need to go on to find the scholars. Find the literature. You can inbox me, I'll give you a plethora of books that you could read. Things that you could read and really understand.
Take notes.
I could give you some scholars that you could watch videos, lectures, 7 hours. You smoke and watch the fucking lecture and learn something. You understand? It is hard. Trust me, it is hard. It takes a lot of isolation and a lot of to learn and to understand and to really figure out what it is. And it is not hard, because I only started doing this a couple months ago in terms of the study that I'm on to now. Before it was history and all these different things. It has almost been a year that I'm on to the study. You understand? And it happens in stages, because you cannot come out from the amateur stage and jump straight to this. You might not understand it. Because our intelligence has been broken down to a savage level where we need to rebuild. You understand? So when we have rebuilt to a particular level, we yearn for more. And that is where this knowledge comes in. As for the societal aspect, I just gave you that aspect, how you can get the knowledge. You need to just break away from all the constraints, all the things that you know as the norm. Feel me? You feel me?
Yeah, good.
So all of the things that you know as the norm, you need to break away from it. Based on the societal aspect. In society, there's a construct. You savage if you are in control of the people. You savage the society. Then you give them religion and morality and duality to unsavage them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those that go beyond the barrier of the morality and religion back into savageness, you imprison them and confine them. So that is the society. That is how it is worked. That is how it works. Those who are in control of the society will savage the society, oppress them. They will give them religion and morality and tell them, okay, you all are savage, this is how you're supposed to act. When there are some who will stick under that guise of morality and duality and religion, and the good people, good behind closed doors too. You know what I mean? You know niggas. You know niggas. And then anyone who breaches that morality and religion and goes back into savagery, we have the prison industrial complex and the confinement system to imprison you, which is a financial gain to us. You understand? So it's one small layer, one simple layer, savage society, give them religion and morality and duality, and anybody goes beyond that, we have the prison industrial system and confinement system to lock you up. And that psychology of locking someone away and putting someone before the death penalty is also a savage way of thinking. You understand what I'm saying? So whereas your thinking is savage, the conditions in which you are reprimanded with are savage. Because reprimanding is only for a savage being. Reprimanding was never made for an upright being emanating out of the highest plane. Something like reprimanding would not have existed in a civilization of higher beings. You understand? So when there are savage beings, a terminology like reprimanding and punishment and these kind of things would come into existence. You understand? So that is basically the construct of society, and what you need to do to break away from that. You need to let go of the moralisms and get into what is natural to you. You feel it. Why you think you put on all these beads? Why you think you want to wear the anakan? Why you think you want to do these things? Because you want to feel, you want to feel a higher self. Who you are yearns for something more than someone just speaking to you on the physical. You want to be strong, you want to be powerful, you want when you close your eyes that you could emanate out of the highest realm. Some people will not see it because they do it. Your sincerity is your credentials. You heard me? Your sincerity is your credentials. If you are not sincere, you will not be able to receive anything. You will not be able to receive any form of awakening. If you're just doing this to impress a girl and give girls game and impress people and just denounce people and degrade people who doing their silly shit, you just want to know this to do that, you will never move. You will be stuck at a level because you will be stuck at the level of just putting forth the information into rhetoric. Just rhetoric, constant orating the rhetoric for people to just have it, just laying it on them without actually knowing. So you just taking one part of the knowledge and laying it on motherfuckers like if you really know something. Whereas this knowledge, like melanin, just keeps going on and on and on. It transforms and moves on and changes its form. That is melanin, or it stays dormant. You understand? It never just stops or ceases to exist. It always changes its form or lays dormant and then starts up again.
Okay.
So this information is like melanin. You need to keep going and going and going and going and going and going. And as you keep going and going and going, you will realize that it comes full circle because the knowledge is 360. You understand?
Yeah. Like the boy.
So yeah, that's basically it. That is it. You break away from the morality.
Yo.
Get into some real customs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Act like a nigga. You know what I mean? Act like a nigga, my nigga. Act. Behave that way because that's the... You know, one time I read somewhere that Kobe and Shaq said that they could hear each other in their heads when they're playing. You know what I mean? They're playing, the connection was so strong that they could hear each other in their minds. Same thing for Jordan and Pippen. They might not have been able to acknowledge it, but the way that they're playing from a psychologist's point of view, it's like they're hearing each other in their heads. You understand? And that is not something that is unreal. Because if you know the makeup of the alchemical makeup of the body, you will know that the chakras are simply a form of energy that rises to an apex. And when that energy rises to an apex and you are in a whole different realm in terms of energy, and this energy does not come in the form of a bodily feeling, but you feel it going up the spine. You understand? So can you imagine when those guys running out there and intensified and the energy is rising in them? Can you imagine that they would hear each other through telepathy like the Egyptians did? You understand? So it is not something that is, we just have to know how to be able to see it and hear it and feel it and just know that it is there. You understand? From a psychologist's point of view, when they look at Shaq and Kobe, Pippen, when they look at these famous dudes and these teams, they say, but shit, these niggas looking like they ain't even calling it, no eye signals, no, you know what I mean? They just, it's like they just know, it's like they're hearing each other while they're out there running, transitioning. So you understand what I'm saying? It is not unreal, you just have to be able to look for it. You just have to be able to see it. You understand? When you think about, you know, they posted something online, and I told a friend because he's studying in this particular field or whatnot. They were talking about the hybrid embryo in the womb, injecting that embryo in the womb and basically birthing a hybrid. I was explaining to him, I said, fam, that right there is just nonsense, and that right there is just the veil. That is the face study. That is the study that they're going to give you in the labs and in the schools and for you to study, and that is the financial study, because that is going to make them money.
Yeah.
That is going to make them money. People come in for hybrids, hybrid pigs, humans, well, whatever the case may be at that time. You know, they have ways of marketing their shit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that is the financial aspect, that is the surface aspect that they are giving you. But they won't tell you that they have been cloning since the 1940s. You understand? America has no mass production of agriculture and livestock, animals, to provide their luxurious steak eating and their eating on a whole in the country. So where are they getting these things from? The study shows, the research shows that we have gotten from scholars, and they have posted it in the forms of PDF for us to read for ourselves. That they have been cloning the food and the livestock for some time now. And these are facts. You can see it for yourself. You can go and research the mass production of livestock and food in that particular country and that particular region, and you can see for yourself. So we need not take things on the surface level. As I said, conspiracy theorism is an investigative tool. I figured that out for myself. I said, shit, I figured out the most things believing in conspiracy. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, that's lit. You know what I mean? You figure it out for yourself. You don't need nobody to tell you anything. You can figure this out for yourselves. As long as you can read, you don't need shit. If you can read, you can learn anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, you don't even know how powerful you are. Do you know that have people, original people who they would call black and African, these people, they go and they learn Hebrew in a week. Niggas go and learn Arabic in a month because it is so natural to them. They brought the Medunetta and all these different scrolls of the dead and all these different things from Egypt for guys to translate in colleges and things in the US. And it's a brother going to translate, and he just say he just knew. Nigga just knew. You understand? He just knew. He didn't need no. He just knew. By just looking at the patterns, he just knew what it meant. And he translated that shit. You know what I mean? Men learning Arabic and Hindi and Sanskrit in weeks and months because, you know, we just know we're not stupid. We can do anything. You know what I mean? Run through Rosetta Stone like nothing. You know what I mean? Because that is simple. Once you know the levels of scholarship and how to study something, that's cakewalk. That's why I tell people, this is what I'm doing here. I can study it now and then go back to history and civics and theology and all those things. Because those things are so easy to learn. All you need is just the information, read, and that's it. You put it in your head. That's the another. But this here is a particular science. This is where everything is derived from. So it is on a different level, and this isn't necessarily put into a study. The knowledge of this is scattered all over that you may have to search and find it. And that is why we are thankful for the scholars who would piece it together and give us it in a form where we could learn it now. And still we will be able to have to go and branch off and study different things. So basically it, you know what I mean? It's not, that is not basically it. Like I said, this knowledge is infinite. It is like melanin. But for this particular moment, that is it. In terms of that realm of knowledge. And I am not no master teacher. Don't follow me any fucking way. Shit, my nigga, don't ask me anything other than for some books and some videos and some scholarship and wherever conspiracy things that they deem conspiracy out there. Shit, I'ma bring it to you. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
I'ma just give it to you. Like I was watching Harry Potter and I saw the Philosopher's Stone and the Elder One, and there is scholarship about the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone is simply the makeup of melanin, what makes melanin. The Elder One that Dumbledore possessed in Harry Potter comes from the sacred elder tree, which was the tree that they made the first cross from. You understand? So it is buried in alchemical, metaphysical, and occultism. It is not just a fucking surface level knowledge. You feel me?
As Chem, this
as the Chem, Young Suplex. You know what I mean? Bobby Flowers, Johnny Lovely, aka the legendary 93 Chem, aka Rampage. aka 1000 AKAs. You feel me? Big it up. I am not a master teacher. I am not somebody you should be following. Do not follow me anywhere, my nigga. Do not follow anything I say. Go and get it for yourself.
Sure.
Hop in my inbox, ask a question, I'll answer you as best as I could. I do not follow dogmatism and rules and guidelines given by any man. We follow scholarship and natural intelligence of self.
Puffin' my leaf, still fuck with the beats. Still not loving police. Still rock my khakis with a cup and a crease. Still got love for the streets, reppin' 2 months free.
Shit coming one time right now. Tell him.
Let's. You know what I mean? So, niggas can do whatever. Some questions on some freestyles.
Yo, some freestyles. Question.
Anything, my nigga, anything you down for, I'm down for. I give you a whole lot of knowledge.
I look for some shit.
I'm into it. Life is pretty simple, fam. Life is really simple, you know what I mean? And when they say that, they mean it is literally that simple. You feel me? You create your reality. This is all but a dream. You know what I mean?
Sure. Hi guys. This is the legendary Chem 93 Chem, Young Suplex, ysuplex,
Bobby Flowers, Johnny Lovely, Rampage, Young Scott Hall, the Hitman, the Iceman, aka 1000 AKAs. Shout out to the hip hop guru, Brent Wilson. Shout out to that motherfucker.
Yo.
You know what I mean? They locked Taxstone up. We need a new hip hop guru. You know what I mean? Get the podcast lit. You know what I mean? We out here.
We out here covering for Taxstone for the minute being now. We spreading our knowledge.
Yeah.
We out here learning. I learning at the same time. I can't even try to front. I literally out here learning.
We all learning.
Intriguing, dog.
We all learning, my G.
You can't be out here and just running with whatever you need.
Yeah.
You need that real knowledge now. So now, I don't know how much people we are viewing, but we getting love same way. This is the Unknownknoww podcast. You gonna get a little freestyles. You just drop something from my boy Ryle. I hope Ryle watching this. Shouts out to Ryle.
Shouts out to Ryle. Shout out to Brent Wilson, a new face on the hip hop scene in Trinidad. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the legends. Shout out to everybody doing the thing. Shout out to the men with motives that are not necessarily good for people. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that doing it. You know what I mean?
Shouts out to men who call crackers.
Shout out to men who call Cricks crackers. You know what I mean? Shout out to them.
Shouts out to everybody, dog.
You know what I mean? So let's get it.
You gotta switch it up a little bit. I know we gonna get some. No gallon. Let's get it, boy. Let's do this. Lit.
Watch this. Soothing, melancholy, Bobby Flowers, Johnny Lovely. Cut the ice hockey. Fall from gaze, the ducks not so mighty. Only you could touch me. Tempted to jump at anything higher than 3 stories. Lorn, you couldn't find me. I die knowing you hurt me, then think about me. Cut the stems off the thorns. Start off watching, now I stare. I see through the trip, that acid was shit. Steal the bases, duck the chases. Missing in action like Chuck Norris. Time holding on for me. The special, I came in 93 and 9 times before that. Protect me at all costs, keep me a secret. The ghost riders can't see it. Yo.
Yo.
Drop 1,000 sequels and die with the trilogy. Muhammad fought on Hennessy. My pops didn't like the earth. Had to exile, my heart didn't like the hurt. Locked away the rare. 2-part 30 for 30, long career like Ric Flair. Big Cam, is you here? Or are you there? Are you here? Or are you there? I can't say I miss you. I don't live in the physical. Don't say you miss me. You don't live in this reality. I can't miss you. I don't live in this physical. Don't say you miss me.
Don't say you miss me.
I don't live in this reality.
No.
Bobby Flowers, Johnny Love.
1,000 AKs with the flame as always, boy. We out there.
You know what I mean?
Unknown podcast.
Give it to him, let.
Why?
From April I wearing all black. Fuck it.
We out there. Black tees with black prints.
Black tees with black prints. Black tees with black prints, my G.
Black prints, boy.
We gonna hit a lick. Yo, try to see you stare at pain. At least you staring. Pull me close to lose me again. I burn my throat, talk with a couple tongues. I lose my soul if I listen to you drunk. Learn to keep my pinky down. If I ask me for a secret, tell her, don't keep her around. Lifetime to feel my growth. Hidden in the hurt, you can see my eyes, no lies. Still to pass the time. Yo, watch this. Coming straight out of Lemuria. The iconic waters. I wave the wand and see the future. I laid it in the scriptures. I put it on the walls for the future. I put it on the walls for them. They couldn't see Big Cam. They couldn't see me from an ancient distance. I came straight out of the great mother and gave him hell. Young Heru. They talk about Jesus, he was a peacemaker. But when they talk about the real Jesus, he was a hell raiser. Bitch ass motherfucker, young Heru, cutting motherfuckers up on the earth. Try to fuck around with the realists. We the meanest. Can't switch it up, don't switch it up. I got something, let me sing on it. You know, raps is really funny, dog. You know what I mean? Like I say, you know the lingo, my G. You can rap about anything. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody stop you. You can rap about anything.
High key. People out there always trying to impress.
Always trying to talk about lean.
Talking about shit, lean.
Always talking about lean, my nigga. You're always talking about lean. Like the song start is lean and the hook is lean. I was like, oh my god, my G.
I think I should, like...
You know, and they phase me out like I whack. You know what I mean? They phase me out like I whack.
They don't understand the term and what you say, you know?
They don't know, house music is a serious thing.
It is.
You program yourself to write like this and do this. You get scary out there. You know what I mean? I tell you right, a particular thing. It's gonna be hard for you. You're gonna bring that dumb shit for them. And they're not gonna want it. You know what I mean? Don't look at what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I always say with anything, don't follow me, my nigga. I didn't even know initially what the hell I was doing. You know what I mean? I didn't know what I was doing with the sound. But I knew that I liked grunge and soft rock and that kind of thing. So I incorporated that kind of singing aspect and that kind of...
That kind of music.
Yeah. And there's a way you write. You don't say the jersey is white, you say the jersey is albino.
Yeah.
You know, you write different.
That's lit.
You write different, you do it different, and it songs different. You know, so big it up, Cam Dawn.
Out here. Out here, boy.
heart of a lion. Fire in the sky, drop down in the water. Damn, I wonder, damn, I wonder, damn, I wonder.
The house of 1999 will be virtually maintenance-free. The central atmospheric system will maintain constant year-round temperatures and control humidity.
Yo, Cam has always set this ridiculous standard, so it's easily impossible to invite anybody else. So.
I saw your
Something that feels so
face,
good about sharing your life with
saw
somebody.
your face, a million miles away. Why did you go? Why did you go? Yo, watch this. Certain nights I can't walk into the studio. I can't cat up. Yo, watch this, real rap, watch this.
Yeah.
Certain nights I can't walk into the studio. I can't write a line for my own good. I think about you predominantly. All over my mind, I can't shake you.
Oh.
Why is it that I feel for love but I don't feel for it? Why is it I don't feel for love but I feel for you? Why is it when I say your name in my mind, my whole body shuts down? Is there something about love that changes the entire world? Or is it just a figment of the imagination in this world? What about feeling love? Even if you isolate, stay away from the world. Something about thinking about affection just runs you down, shuts down your entire body. You can't even move when you think about affection. Think about it. That's the new way to do spoken word though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? F96 or whatever that station was doing spoken word still. They will get shit like that, you know what I mean?
Holla.
I could be the next Jimmy October.
That's what's up, boy. Yo, sir. Gotta get young roll on the shoulder. Thank you.
Watch this, yo, this is nice, this is hella nice. Losing game, love, losing game, love is a losing game, gave my heart to you, oh, losing game, gave my heart to you. Gave all this art to you. Never disrespected, I gave it all to you. You broke me into a million pieces. I never seen it before, I never felt it. All this is so new to me. I told my friend and he made insecurities. Love, that losing game. Oh love, what a losing game. I never felt it before. All of this hurt, I never felt it before. I can't go to sleep till 4:30. The sun gotta come up and beat me thinking about you. Why am I thinking about you? It's the new way to do it. Express your feelings and fuck who don't like it. Love is a losing game. Love is a losing game. It's a losing game. I tell you now, baby. Shout out to Amy Winehouse, you know what I mean? Wherever she is in the world, you know what I mean?
What happened to Lord, though?
Who, Lorn? Who, that fat ass? She probably in rehab or something, fuck her. He's lit, you know, Lord was lit, you know what I mean? I thought Lord was gonna be a kind of Adele or something, you know what I mean? But, you know how the game this go, dog. Put you on standby for your shit. Sometimes you gotta be aggressive in music too, you know? Sometimes people sing a song based on how they feel. You know what I mean? People would sing a song based on how they feel. And then the pressure on all these different things. And also with regards to the knowledge that I was kicking earlier on, one of the things you have to let go is a lot of the things from your past that happened to you when you were young. You know, you have to let go of all of that. All of that is not real. Just let go of it. You know what I mean? Let go of it, and you could find comfort in a consort or whoever, a husband, a lover, whoever. But you let go of your past, you realize that you could grasp anything in this world. And
for real.
it was hard for some of us to let go what we let go, including myself. You know, I gave you a little bit of, put my heart on my sleeve a little bit for here now. But this is what it is. You know what I mean?
It's 13 hours.
You let go of everything, you gain everything.
Big Black.
The Mix Master, Young Cam. What's this? Yo, they look so hard for my origin. I put the work in, any time in, they can't stop me. Whether you into a fog, you can't make it out. Watch the cam dawn, try to make it out. Try to crack a stout, crack your teeth. Yo, I couldn't see you beneath. They chop your elbows and knees. Make sunglasses, squeeze the pineal to make melatonin pills. Oh, I talking some reckless shit. It's hard, you know what I mean? I'm a guy, I don't, you know, freestyling is a thing that I freestyle right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yo. And I never had to tell you things. Change your heart, poison strings. Fingertips strike you right. Watch this. Another bit up. Another beat. Another beat. Switch it up. Podcast is something really something innovative. You know what I mean? Kick some knowledge, give them some things.
Big Black.
Watch this. Change your heart, poison strings, fingertips strike you like Mr. Sir. Gone off the very end, learn to swim again. Paint the dying eyes, worship the reaper's work. I see two suns circle the globe. You with your fly catchers trying to hold Bobby flowers. Young death with a pretty face, pretty girl, pretty nose. I had to in a pretty face, she didn't know. I cut the knees off, I cut the jeans off. I hit the gym. And my t-shirt went up a size. I put the razor blade under your tongue and split it. I couldn't see you in disguise. I couldn't see you in disguise. I let the track breathe because I don't want to stifle it.
Switch up again. Alright, we gonna try something different.
Watch this.
I gonna drop a hook off the top. And you just flow and sing it.
Scared it.
Yeah. In the basement, the nigga couldn't fake it. 20 racks for a nigga, yeah, we made it, yo. In the basement, a nigga couldn't fake it. 20 racks for a nigga, yeah, we made it, yo. Yeah.
How soft.
Oh, these beats I keep playing.
Yo, I was like,
Said how you can switch on that.
soft as a leather. Soft as a leather. Soft as a leather. I think a hug is in order. Clip your hands, couldn't keep them off me. Clip your hands, couldn't keep them off me. Soft as a leather. Hug is in order. Clip your hands, couldn't keep them off me. Couldn't keep them off me.
Off me.
Yo. I take a knee to the chest. I take a knee to the chest, knife to the gut. And when you're looking for me, just make sure and tell them that I'm in the cut. Sitting down waiting for it. Big Cam, young suplex, a rainy day. You can find me in the rainforest looking for my next pair of shoes. You can find me out there looking for clues. I'm looking for it. Find me on 646 Hazley Crawford, bench pressing 315. I drop 608 like the iron calf. I drop 915, that's just me playing fast. I hit the fucking strip, Camden strip with a B12, and I don't let off the gas. Been a long while since I smoked gas. Been a long while since I did coke. Been a long while since I had a drink. Ain't been a long time since I think, yo.
Yo, say away. Wow. Yeah.
Freestyles just don't come lit anymore. Freestyles just don't come lit anymore.
Y'all already sitting on me walking. Y'all already sitting on me walking.
Say she just want the money.
Yeah.
Say she just want the money.
Just for the money.
Say she just want the money.
Money.
Baby, ain't no acting funny.
Fuck girl and I'ma get your body.
Fuck around, she don't get your body. And if I don't have her money,
yeah.
If I don't come correct with her money, fuck around, she gon' catch your fucking body. Every Friday I gotta come with her money. Said I would love you on a Monday and I would love you on a Tuesday. Love you on a Wednesday and would love you on a Thursday. And if you're leaving gone, I would die on Friday. She want the money. Baby girl say she want the money.
Girl have no money but she want some party. Run up on her, hit she and her. Never know.
Say she want the money.
Money.
So you better groove me.
Yo, we out there, we get all cultures, man.
Give me your love.
That shit just natural.
Groove me. Give me your love. All night long. Yo. Yo, you ready to? No, but you ready to take time? Yeah. You conduct any time like this.
That's an on off already though.
But yeah, anytime you wanna cut it.
Alright, people.
Yeah, we wanna, you know what I mean? We can't do 10 podcasts in one podcast, you know what I mean? We give you some science, we give you some music, you know what I mean? Bring a next nigga through, let him give you something else, you know what I mean? Request someone, anybody hearing this, please. You know what I mean? We're gonna rip the video later.
Yeah.
Request some. Yo, how did you send me the video last time? How did you send me? You sent me the Periscope link, and I ripped the video. You know I'm gonna rip that shit again, fuck that shit, man. You know we out here, boy.
And the audio so I could splice that shit and all that shit singing mad proper.
Oh my god.
So yo, bless
we
up.
Out here, dog. Y'all enjoy, dog.
Like that.
You know
I even check the viewers because I don't know that cross up recording.
Yeah.
I even beat it up.
Oh, that way. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Tevaughn. Shout out to TDSK Production.
Shout out to Unknown.
No S. Shout out to the Unknownknoww podcast. Shout out to ysuplex. Shout out to Ryle Levi. Shout out to all the rappers in the country, even the ones with ulterior motives.
Shout out to I can't call nobody name after this.
Nah, we ain't shouting to names. We ain't giving them no names. You know what I mean? Because we getting bigger and bigger in the game. Yeah. So if we call names, they'll try to count us. Shout out to Brent Wilson. Shout out to him. He's been such a phenomenal personality in the rap game in terms of what he's perpetuating on the vocal and visual side of things. In terms of his perspective, it is very unique. It is very wide.
Check this thing out.
And I am thankful. It may seem cocky to some people, but I am thankful for that because I love hip hop guruism. Yeah. I love people with experience who come and speak about things. You know what I mean? That's what I like. That's how we learn. You understand? So big it up.
Big it up, dog. Bless up.